Hey, what is up everybody, it's your boy KingKeenan. So yesterday Infinity Ward released the official roadmap for Season 1 of Modern Warfare 2. And browsing over it roughly, well, it may just be me, but it's kind of just underwhelming. Now, just a bit of a fair warning, this may be an opinionated video. I'm basically just going to go over all of these things and give you guys my thoughts, sort of like a review of the Season 1 roadmap. You guys can let me know what you guys think of the Season 1 roadmap down below in the comment section. And whilst you're down there, be sure to subscribe and smash the like button on this video if you have not done so already. I would really appreciate it. So the roadmap starts off with a sort of showcase and then immediately transitions into Warzone 2. Now, just coming from the perspective of a guy that only enjoys multiplayer, I don't really give a shit about Warzone whatsoever. I'm not a battle royale player. I don't enjoy any battle royale and I barely ever play Warzone, but it's kind of expected for them to put this out first because this is their next big release within Call of Duty, and obviously there are a ton of people that do enjoy playing Warzone. I don't really know that. I'll probably still play it for the memes and try to get some wins here and there. But other than that, I'll most likely put as much time into Warzone 2 as I have done so far in like Fall Guys or something. Speaking about Warzone though, Call of Duty did send out this sort of thank you tribute video maker of sorts called Warzone Legacy. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. And I just wanted to note something. My first drop was the 3rd of the 12th, 2020. And my stats right here from my first match was apparently 2 kills with 1,500 damage. Obviously, that is not a good stat line whatsoever. It's kind of my typical BR luck, getting a shit ton of damage and no kills for it. But what I wanted to point out is near the end of the video, it gives a detailed breakdown of all my stats called the Veteran Action Report. I can't really say I'm a veteran. I kind of played Warzone the day it came out and or something like that. But it's just funny comparing my first drop to my final drop. I've got a total of 4,400 kills with a KD of 1.93. I played apparently 500 plus matches and I've nearly got 50 wins. Again, not incredible stats. There are a lot of people that are a lot better at this game, but I'm actually surprised that I put in 137 hours into Warzone. But looking back, it's most likely because I was playing Plunder more than anything else during the Cold War era, because I was leveling up my Cold War weapons in Plunder rather than the actual Black Ops Cold War game. Because again, as you guys know, I really did not enjoy Black Ops Cold War multiplayer whatsoever. I love zombies, but Cold War multiplayer was just not it for me. Anyways, but back to the topic at hand. I'll leave a link to this and that video, thank you, whatever thing, the legacy. I'll leave a link to that below in the description as well if you guys would like to make one of your own videos like that. I'm going to be skipping over the Warzone 2 content because again, I'm barely going to be playing it, so it's not really relevant to me or my channel. One thing I would like to point out though is when Warzone 2 releases, the Warzone 1.0 servers will be going down. However, to my surprise at least, the Warzone 1 servers, also known now as Warzone Caldera, will actually continue and go back online as a completely separate game. Also, you'll be getting a couple of rewards from playing Warzone Caldera, Warzone 1 or what, yada. Now, they don't state whether or not Warzone Caldera will ever die in the future or whether they're just going to cut it out. So we don't know exactly how long the Warzone 1 servers are going to be going on. However, I can imagine they're doing this because not everybody is going to enjoy Warzone 2 because there are a lot of drastic changes and obviously a whole new play style and everything is different in Warzone 2 basically. Now that we're finally done with all of the Warzone talk, let's actually move on to the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer overview for Season 1. The things that I'm really interested in. Now, the first things that outline is the fact that Shoot House and Shipment will be returning in Modern Warfare 2. Alongside that, you'll also have the CDL playlist and a new special op or co-op mission available as well. Do not forget that there's also going to be the new DMZ mode in Modern Warfare 2 later on as well. Now, Shoot House will be coming on launch day in Season 1 and Shipment will be coming mid-season. But relevant to my title, this is where I feel that the game is just kind of lackluster in terms of the Season 1 release. You see, Modern Warfare 2 had an absolutely amazing launch, not in terms of actual gameplay, that was absolute dog shit. However, it's gotten the most sales for a Call of Duty game either in a very long time or ever. But it's also been running into a lot of issues in terms of its maps. You see, as it currently stands, there are only 7 playable maps in Modern Warfare 2. And this number may drastically decrease in the months to come. You see, Infinity Ward is being sued by a hotel in what, Switzerland or Poland, I think, over the Bremenberg Hotel map. So this may just completely disappear out of the game. Crown Raceway is also being sued by FIA or the Formula 1 committee for adding a Grand Prix map into the game, and apparently there's some copyrighted stuff so this map may just disappear as well. Lastly, the Santa Cena border crossing map is kind of being sued by the entirety of Mexico City, and not to mention they are definitely removing the map from the game as of season 1 because, well, it's a shit map and nobody likes it. I don't know about Turok that much. They might keep it in, although I personally wish they just didn't. They just remove it. So, worst case scenario, if Breamberg leaves, Crown Raceway leaves, the border crossing map leaves, and although it's doubtful, Turok leaves, we'll only be left with 4 playable maps. Imagine that, a Call of Duty game with only 4 playable maps. Now, of course, with season 1 coming out, there's going to be shootouts and shipment. So again, the reason why I say that this season 1 is kind of lackluster is because there's so many maps disappearing. We've already lost 2 maps that were in like the beta phase, including the museum map and something else I can't exactly remember. So yes, they are adding shootouts and shipment because they're basically creating fan service. They're giving maps to people that enjoy the maps. These are fan favorite maps they bring in back in Modern Warfare 2. However, if it is worst case scenario, by the mid-season of season 1, we only have 6 maps to play. And of course, majority of people are only going to be playing on Shoot House and Shipment. That is it. So yes, although they are providing maps that people actually enjoy playing, they're kind of just making and filling up space for all the maps that they didn't make sure were actually allowed to be in the game, which I think is funny and also really lackluster because again, there's not many maps to play. And yes, they're adding good maps or fan favorite maps in a sense, but they're kind of just making up for bad production or bad development prior to this. So it's cool, but it's also stupid at the exact same time. Moving on though, ranked play will be coming back in Modern Warfare 2 in a CDL mosh pit. Now hopefully they work on things that came from Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Vanguard and actually make a good ranking system in the game. I would love to actually progress a little bit. Obviously, you had quite a few people, at least in the South African lobbies, that actually played Vanguard CDL. So hopefully they implement it well. Hopefully they do a good ranking system and learn from their mistakes, because I'd really be interested in playing ranked. Now, next up, they're adding a new Spec Ops or co-op mission, whatever, and then there's going to be raids coming in, which I believe is the DMZ mode. I'm also not entirely that interested in it. It'll be cool to play. It'll be really interesting if they do it well, but we'll have to wait and see about that one. Now, moving along, they are bringing Tier 1 and Combat Record in Season 1. Another reason why I say the Season 1 drop is kind of just lackluster is because Hardcore mode and the Combat Record should have been in the game since day 1. Tier 1 is the Hardcore mode, and a lot of people like it. A lot of people, especially for grinding camos, Tier 1 or aka Hardcore mode is just heaven. As for the Combat Record, we've seen Combat Record in your barracks every single Call of Duty pretty much. It's always there, it's always available, and it's always a good place to see your stats. Some games didn't really do a good job about it, such as Vanguard and Cold War. However, well, no, actually Cold War had a pretty damn good Combat Record, if I'm not mistaken. However, again, as hopefully they do it good, but it should have been in the game since day 1. Furthermore, they introduced the Battle Pass, which I mean it's a given obvious. There's going to be a Battle Pass in Call of Duty, and it's pretty much going to stay since they can't put supply crates. And they kind of detail a little bit about it, different weapons and stuff that are coming through the Battle Pass as well. It's kind of just casual news, what's expected, honestly. There will be coming 4 new weapons within the new season, which is pretty good. They usually only do like 2 weapons, sometimes 3 with the mid-season release. From launch, we'll be getting the Victus XMR sniper rifle as well as the BASP SMG. Now, I'm kind of interested in how they're going to work with these guns coming into season 1, considering how the current gunsmith works. Like, are these going to be direct integrations from weapons that are currently in the game? By that I mean is other weapons in the same category as such as the SPR working into the SAB, working into another sniper rifle, working into the final sniper rifle. All 4 weapons are integrated. So they're going to continue that trend and integrate these into different weapon variants. So if I've already leveled up a weapon that's in the same class as this, will I be able to use all of those attachments on these new weapons? That's what I'm curious about. Hopefully they do it that way so that you still keep that genuine feel within Modern Warfare 2 when it comes to its gunsmith system. Now on launch, we'll also be getting the M13 assault rifle, and then mid-season we're getting the Chimera assault rifle as well, which doesn't, I guess it kind of looks similar-ish to an M14 type of thing, or M4, my bad. But it doesn't really look like any weapon we currently have outside of the magazine looking like the Lockmans. I'm still just glad there's going to be a decent amount of new weapons coming into the game, considering the game is running for 2 years and we need a ton of content to keep it alive for that long. Within the new season, there's also going to be 6 new operators in the game, starting off with Zeus. He looks like a fat asshole. I'm not going to ever use him pretty much. And moving on, there's Klaus, which is redacted. You can't see how he looks whatsoever. Gaz is also coming mid-season. I personally think Gaz is a pretty cool operator. He's a pretty cool character within the new or rebooted storyline of Modern Warfare. But what they mean by 6 new operators, there are also 3 operators that are based on soccer players or football players. I'm not a soccer fan. Yes, I call it soccer because in South Africa we call it soccer, not football. But yeah, there's gonna be bundles for free football players. I know this is Neymar. I know this is Messi. I don't know who the hell this dude is. All I know is it kind of just looks like they deep faked football players' faces onto already made operators that are currently in the. It's weird. It's kind of just like they kind of learned from the mistakes they made in Warzone when they released a few bundles with real people's faces on them, but it didn't really look like those real people. It's better, but one, I don't really give a shit because it's soccer. Unless I can get it for free, I'm never going to use it. And 2, it just looks weird. Why soccer players shooting people in game? I don't know. Anyways, moving on from my own opinions, we are getting prestige systems. They are coming back and they are very similar to what we had in Modern Warfare 2019, kind of merged with what we had in Cold War and Vanguard. You are able to get the first prestige after 55 levels, second prestige 100, third prestige 150, fourth prestige 200, and fifth prestige 250, except you are not able to go up until level 1000. You are going to be capped out at rank 250 and prestige 5 because that is going to be the max level. So I'm guessing the way they've changed it is if prestige 6 comes in the second season, you're going to get up to level 300. You're kind of just going to progress and progress and progress. By the end of the game, I don't know how many seasons they will release. Usually it's about 6 seasons per Call of Duty. But obviously this game is going to be running for 2 years. So I don't know if the seasons are going to go for extra long amount of time or if it's just going to be every 3 odd months like what we usually get. So by my rough calculations, it will mean you'll be able to reach level 1000 after 4 seasons, which means that you could probably reach up to level 3000 in the game if there's 12 seasons. Next up, we've got the out of combat overview, which is basically stating when in fact the Call of Duty CDL season is kicking off. Also, Modern Warfare 2 owners will get premium XP in Warzone. And as you progress through this whole list, they kind of just include more things about the CDL major and all of that, what's available. Then they showcase you some merchandise that you could buy in real life. And yeah, still time to Robin Modern Warfare 2 get ownership benefits on a great Vault Edition. I already own the game, but I don't know, they kind of just don't think I own the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're getting 2 maps, 4 new weapons, some operators, the battle pass, and we don't know anything that's going to be fixed or not within the season 1 release day. We know a few things that's going to be taken out of the game. Again, the border crossing map, but we obviously have to wait until the season 1 drops in order to see what is actually fixed or not within the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Warzone 2 is coming out. There's new co-op missions, there's 2 new maps, a bunch of other things are being taken out of the game. There's a battle pass, there's a few operators, there's a few weapons, and yeah, that's it. That's exactly why I say that this really feels underwhelming, because you know the game has to go for 2 years. They need to produce a ton of content. We've through leaks and stuff seen how much content there is still coming within the game in later stages, such as calling cards, emblems, weapon variants, operator skins, yada yada yada. But I don't know. Again, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I kind of just think it's really underwhelming. I think there could be a lot more considering how big the game is, how many purchases the game has gotten. I don't know, for them to immediately switch focus onto things such as Warzone 2, it's a kind of obvious thing because it's free to play, it's the Battle Royale, it's the next big release, but also multiplayer is big right now. Multiplayer is bigger than what it's been in a very, very long time for Call of Duty, and it kind of seems like they're sweeping Modern Warfare, like the multiplayer section of Modern Warfare 2 to the side, in a sense, as of Season 1. But maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe it's a really good season. Maybe they do a lot of good things and fix a bunch of things, and maybe they just, like, need some time in order to produce even more content for Season 2. We don't know, but yeah, my opinion is just, it's kind of just underwhelming looking at it from this perspective. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna be all for this video. I just wanted to go through it, read it for myself, and showcase it to you guys. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have covered this already, but obviously I'm making a more opinionated video on these types of things because, well, that's kind of what I do. Thank you guys for coming out and watching, though. If you made it to this point of the video, you are crazy, but I do love you. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below and be sure to smash the like button. And yeah, I'm gonna go back and grind out more Modern Warfare 2, hate my life a little bit more in order to unlock a Ryan camo. So until the next one, y'all, peace.